Hello, everybody. This is Simon J here with the Raffles Crew podcast. Boy, have I got an exciting time for you. So I'm with the wonderful Georgina Halabi, who, among other things, lives in Stratford-on-Avon in England. I don't know whether you've ever been there. Have you actually met Shakespeare, Georgina?
Oh, yes, but he wasn't the real one. He was wearing special pantaloons and was very poetic.
Yeah, he's getting on, isn't he? I understand he's
Yeah.
okay. Well, I mean, it's fascinating to be talking to you. And why are we talking to you? Well, because we're in the process of building the Raffles Crew program for 2026. We're coming up to the end of the year now. And the Raffles Crew, as you know, folks, we do three things. We care for ourselves, we care for our careers, and we care for our planet. And our survey recently revealed that a substantial percentage of members of the Raffles Crew are feeling stress for one reason or another. And it's hardly surprising given that if you look at what's going on in Southeast Asia at the moment. So Georgina is going to help us relieve that stress, live better, and be more successful in our lives and our careers. Georgina, welcome.
Take it away. Amazing. Well, shall we start that now, Simon? I
Go
really
ahead.
want this talk to be more than a talk. I want this to reach out and touch you. So, just by way of background, I'm a performance and wellbeing coach. I lived in Singapore for 18 years, moved back to the UK 4 years ago. But both my kids went through the local Singaporean schools for both primary and secondary. And I worked in the corporate sector for all the 18 years that I was in Singapore. So, I get the stress. I also understand that people are just feeling very, very frazzled now, running towards that almost there Christmas holiday line. And so there's two things that I really want to talk about today. One is I want to give you some really cool techniques to just help you, or strategies just to help you switch off and completely unhook over Christmas without that sort of FOMO anxiety of having to stay on at work. And then, because I know you're too frazzled probably to think about it now, later on, Simon and I will be covering a way that you can set yourself up for success in the new year, because I'm going to share a technique where you can switch off overwhelm, switch off anxiety in under 10 seconds. And you can do that anytime, anywhere. It was designed for in between meetings, difficult conversations, having teenage daughters. It's designed for it all.
You heard that, folks. Stay on this because in 5 or 6 minutes, you're going to hear about how you can unwind in just 10 minutes and
10
face the day.
seconds.
10 seconds. I
10
better drink some
seconds.
more coffee. I can see I'm going to need to be on my mettle for this. Take it away, Georgina.
Shall we start with where we're at now? Exhausted, frazzled, ready to go on holiday. So I work with a lot of leaders, and they what really stops them from relaxing at Christmas is this idea of I have to always be on, it will look bad if I'm not answering my emails, and I just can't afford right now to switch off and just walk away from the business. It's better to stay on top of things, right? But that might be the case with maybe 10%, 20% of the stuff that we actually deal with. Instead, we're constantly on for everything. We're firefighting 100%. So here's some tips to help you just switch off over Christmas, right? So the very first thing that I ask is to get intentional with your time. Three questions that you should ask yourself. What are the non-negotiables for me, right? For me, it's sleep in the morning. It's time with my family. It might be just navel gazing time on your sofa, but just ring fence what that non negotiable time is for you, family time or whatever that is. And then work out what am I going to just scrub off, my list? Is it just answering emails? Is it just another yes, I can do? Just really work out the things that you're willing to say no to. And then the third thing is ask who do I need to communicate this as boundaries, right? So, do I need to manage expectations at work? Do I need to manage expectations with friends? Whatever it is, just get really clear on the time you want to protect and then how you're going to protect it and who you need to tell. Really, really simple. But if you're intentional with your time, you're more likely to keep it, right? So, that's one really easy way. Second way, out of office assistant. Make it funny, make it fun. Challenge people who come and talk to you, or trying to get an answer. I'm not working, but my autoresponder is. I used to get really cheeky with my out of office assistants, and people used to really love the messages because they're like, oh, that's so cool. You're off,
Or
swimming with dolphins or whatever.
or I'm
So,
not working,
reminder.
and but here's my mother's number, and just a warning, she doesn't suffer fools gladly. But
Amazing. Yeah, exactly. My assistant Anita Brake will help you. If the house is on fire or a deal is about to collapse, but remember it's holiday. Yeah. So the other thing that I like to do is get really aware of how we fan this always on culture ourselves, right? Especially if you're a senior leader here, because something's got to give. People have been working really, really, really hard, and it has, I don't know about you, but it's been a year of constant resilience and people have given so much, but we are not meant to be in a constant state of fight or flight. Our body likes resistance, it likes stress, but there's meant to be cycles of stress and relaxation. And at the moment, it just seems like stress, stress, stress. So we've got like massive cortisol and adrenaline levels. We've got fatigue in our body, adrenaline fatigue, adrenal fatigue, and it's not good for our health. So something's got to give, right? So one of the things that you can start to do is stop replying to all of those emails. Stop CCing people in because you know that every single unconscious message that you send or reply to or do a CC all, it's going to come back to you. It's going to get, other people up. So start to be conscious with what you do and don't send any messages that you wouldn't want to have to answer because your FOMO is going to be infectious. So especially as a leader, you know, don't answer those calls when you should be with your family. Put those boundaries around it. The amount of people I know who sleep with phones next to their bed.
That would
Oh,
include me.
oh, please don't. Buy yourself a Christmas present of an alarm. An
I've got an
old-fashioned
alarm, but I just
alarm.
like the
Yeah.
phone. Um, yeah,
Psychologically, it impacts your sleep.
I may need more than one session to get me unhooked from my phone.
You're
Um,
welcome to have that with me.
so Georgina, one of the reasons I really wanted to get you onto this podcast is because we have these stresses and strains in the Raffles Crew. And
Yeah.
we've got nearly 500 members of the Raffles Crew, and nearly 1,000 probably by the end of next year. So people need to hear this stuff.
Mm.
But also, we're going to have a proper formal longest virtual session in January. We haven't actually agreed the date yet, but we'll be reaching out to members to tell them about it, right?
Yeah. Shall I tell you a bit about what we're going to cover? It's exciting
Oh,
stuff.
Jesus. Don't tell us too much.
No.
Leave us on tenterhooks.
I will. I'll just open the kimono. Yeah, open the kimono just a little bit.
Oh,
Sorry, it's early
do I
here
need
in
a
the UK.
chaperone?
Probably not. Yeah, basically, it's like when we are in a state of anxiety or overthinking or self-doubt or overwhelm, we're in our heads, right? If it's anxiety, it's future facing. We're imagining an outcome that hasn't even happened, right? And as we do so, because our brain doesn't know the difference between what we're telling it and what's actually out there, we have a physiological response, right? Our body goes into fight or flight, and then we end up tense, and then we go out and we're in action in a way that we're not relaxed, we're not present. And the one thing that we expect might happen, which is the worst, is more likely to when we're on tenterhooks like that. But it hasn't happened. It's just a figment of our imagination, right? So what I want to do and what I want to show you is a really simple technique. It's a pattern interrupt when you get in your head and get in your own way to just switch off your mind, get into your body and get into the now. And we can do this in under 10 seconds. You can do it anytime, anywhere. So I love meditating. I meditate, I could meditate for an hour and be in my Zen den. But later on at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, when my charge is low and my daughters are being confrontational, I'll need something snackable that I can bring in the moment that will take me down from hulking out to just chilling out. So this is a technique that I want to share with as many people as I can. The more we could be conscious, present with ourselves, with our family, with our teams, the better decisions we're going to make for ourselves, the less stress we're going to have. It's a more sustainable way of being. It's a more sustainable way of leading. It's a more conscious way of being. And right now, we really need more conscious people. I mean, I'm telling this to everyone who can't wait to get unconscious over Christmas and who are probably about to head out for a great big celebration, and that's wonderful. But yeah, really, it's just something has to give, and it can't be our health.
Okay. That's okay. Good. Well, I mean, I don't actually drink myself, but you're right. Quite a lot of people are going to get stocious over Christmas.
Yeah.
Um, that's brilliant. What else can you tell us about the session we're going to have in January, Georgina?
So it's going to be online. It'll be about an hour. I want it to be immersive and interactive. So come along. I'll be taking you through a little bit about how the mind works, and then I'll just be showing this technique. So you're going to get to experience yourself how to switch off that sort of overthinking mind, right? And get calm, confidence and clarity. And then we'll even try it on a situation, right? And you can give yourself some advice from that chill out space. And then I'll just be taking questions and answers. So it's a simple, clean hour where you will come out of it having experienced what it could be like, and with some tools that you can start to apply to set yourself up for the new year. Yeah.
That's totally brilliant, Georgina. Well, folks, crew members, you've heard one of the delights that we're going to be sending your way early in the new year, because the signs are that 2026 is going to be even more stressful than 2025, which we're just leaving. So we believe that we need to care for ourselves, and Georgina's going to help us in key ways understand how we can take some of the stress out of our day-to-day living. And we hope Georgina's going to keep coming back to us during the course of next year to give us refreshers in these various areas. So I I'm looking forward to it. I wish every crew member a cool Yule, Merry Christmas. And Georgina, are you? It's freezing cold in Stratford, is that right?
Not quite freezing, but I've got my electric blanket on, which is lovely and snug.
Last time I was in Stratford, I think I told you this. I saw David Tennant playing Richard II. Richard II is rather a dismal play. He ends up getting graunched. But we don't all have to end up like Richard II. At least not today. So Georgina, thanks for showing up. Don't get cold. I do worry about you. Do you want me to send you another blanket?
No, no,
Uh,
I'm perfectly lovely and snug. This is candle season. It's snug season.
you've got two
Yeah.
daughters. That's wonderful. By the way, I don't know in the caring, sharing, two tab, two five, you're allowed to refer to females as confrontational. I think, yeah. Um,
Are you
I,
not allowed to? Oh my God. I
well, you
don't know
probably
if it's,
are since you're female. I mean, I'd be very careful um, but confident,
do you know
confident.
what? No, confrontational. I'm going to own it. So my daughter was diagnosed, part of her ADHD, to have oppositional defiance disorder that is nearly off the scale. She is confrontational, which is why this technique that I'm going to be sharing is gold, because I use it. I've gone from sort of like to just relaxed. And with my daughter, when she's in those states, I can't add fuel to the fire. So when I take a step back and I'm in that calm mode, I've
Mhm.
been able to appreciate the need underneath her distress, and then work out the timing, and then work out with her how to address those needs. Because she doesn't need a coach, she needs a mum, and she will never, she's way too smart for me to even ask her to do anything coachy. But when I could just create the space and see beneath the noise, it's just changed our whole relationship.
Well, she started
I've had
pretty
to
early. I
change.
mean, my daughter's 29 now, but she decided I was an idiot when was she? When she was about 10. And since then things have gone downhill. My opinions are terrible. My politics are terrible. I'm factually wrong on massive, massive numbers of things. But you know what? I love it. I love having feisty kids. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
Um, so, Georgina, I think this is exciting. I think we've served up some quite interesting teasing facts about what we're going to be doing together in the new year. It's really great to talk to you. Folks, you'll be hearing from us with an invitation to log in to Georgina's session, which will be in early Jan. I think you should come along. I think it's going to be essential for having a productive and safe 2026. Georgina Hale, thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure. And have a wonderful, relaxing time with your family and yourself this Christmas. Yeah.